Fact 1. When two people gaze into each other's eyes for more than 8 seconds, the brain releases oxytocin. This hormone is associated with love and trust. Gazing intensifies the emotional connection. Prolonged eye contact can increase attraction. It's a silent language of intimacy. Fact 2. The heart races when a person sees someone they're attracted to. This happens because the sympathetic nervous system is activated. The body interprets the presence of the loved one as an intense emotion. This reaction is similar to fear or adrenaline. That's why love generates such strong physical sensations. Fact 3. Couples who laugh together tend to have longer-lasting relationships. Laughter strengthens emotional bonds. It releases endorphins that generate shared happiness. It also reduces tension and conflict. Laughter is a sign of psychological compatibility. Fact 4. Hearing a loved one's voice reduces stress. The familiar tone triggers positive emotional memories. Intimate verbal communication calms the brain. Even a brief phone call reduces anxiety. The voice acts as an emotional anchor. Fact 5. Romantic love activates the same brain areas as addictive drugs. Dopamine generates intense euphoria. That's why the early stages of a relationship are so passionate. The brain seeks to repeat those sensations. Falling in love is biologically comparable to an addiction. Fact 6. Sleeping together improves the quality of sleep for couples. Physical contact releases serotonin. This stabilizes mood and provides security. It also improves trust in the relationship. Nighttime touch strengthens the emotional bond. Fact 7. People in love tend to idealize their partners. The brain minimizes flaws and exaggerates virtues. This cognitive bias is called the halo effect. It serves to strengthen the initial attachment. Over time, the view becomes more realistic. Fact 8. Rejection hurts as much as physical pain. The same brain areas are activated in both cases. The amygdala and the cingulate cortex process the experience. That's why a broken heart literally feels painful. It's a neurological response, not just an emotional one. Fact 9. Skin-to-skin contact increases the release of oxytocin. This strengthens trust between lovers. Hugging or caressing generates emotional security. The skin is a key organ in emotional communication. Touch is a silent language of love. Fact 10. Men tend to fall in love faster than women. Studies show that men say, "I love you," sooner. This is linked to biological impulses to win someone over. However, women tend to think harder before committing. The difference is evolutionary and psychological. Fact 11. Couples who hold hands reduce their cortisol levels. This hormone is linked to stress. Simple physical contact transmits calm. The brain interprets bonding as security. Walking hand in hand is an act of emotional synchrony. Fact 12. Lovers' heartbeats can synchronize. This happens when they spend a lot of time together. Emotional connection influences the physiological system. It's a biological form of harmony. The body reflects the emotional union. Fact 13. Love at first sight activates the amygdala in less than a second. The brain assesses attractiveness and compatibility instantly. It's an unconscious, non-rational process. This phenomenon explains the intensity of certain attractions. Biology prepares the ground before logic. Fact 14. Sharing secrets strengthens intimacy in a couple. Emotional vulnerability builds trust. The brain interprets confession as an act of surrender. Revealing personal details strengthens the bond. Emotional openness is key to deep relationships. Fact 15. Listening to music together strengthens the loving connection. The brain releases dopamine synchronously. Sharing songs creates emotional memories. Rhythms trigger similar emotions in both partners. Music becomes a language of unity. Fact 16. The brain, when in love, produces less serotonin. This generates obsessive thoughts about your partner. This makes it difficult to stop thinking about your loved one. The mental state resembles a fixation. It's a temporary chemical change. Fact 17. Couples who travel together increase their relationship satisfaction. Novelty stimulates the brain and strengthens connection. Facing shared experiences creates lasting memories. It also improves cooperation and communication. Exploring together is a catalyst for love. Fact 18. Love activates the same brain regions as reward motivation. This drives people to make sacrifices for their partner. Dopamine reinforces the pursuit of bonding. The brain rewards loving effort. Love is biologically motivating. Fact 19. Deep kisses strengthen emotional attachment. The exchange of saliva transmits pheromones. These substances influence unconscious attraction. Furthermore, kissing releases endorphins that generate pleasure. It's a biological ritual of selection and bonding. Fact 20. The absence of a loved one can cause physical symptoms. Headaches, insomnia, and loss of appetite are common. The brain interprets separation as loss. This triggers stress responses. Love affects both the mind and the body. Fact 21. Couples who practice gratitude have stronger relationships. Acknowledging the positive reinforces satisfaction. The brain associates a relationship with well-being. Gratitude reduces arguments and conflicts. It's a protective psychological habit. Fact 22. Maternal love and romantic love activate similar areas of the brain. Both release oxytocin and dopamine. The difference lies in the erotic intensity. The neurological basis is the same: attachment and protection. Love is a universal instinct. Fact 23. Memories of love activate the hippocampus. This region of the brain manages emotional memory. That's why a song or a place evokes past feelings. Love is deeply etched in the mind. Remembering is reliving intense emotions. Fact 24. Jealousy is a biological response of self-preservation. The brain interprets it as a threat to the bond. Although negative, it serves an evolutionary function. It seeks to protect the exclusivity of the couple. It is an instinctive attachment reflex. Fact 25. Physical proximity increases the chances of falling in love. Seeing someone frequently reinforces familiarity. This effect is called repeated exposure. The brain associates closeness with trust. Routine can turn into love. Fact 26. Hugs lasting more than 20 seconds have a therapeutic effect. The oxytocin released calms the nervous system. It also reduces blood pressure and anxiety. Prolonged contact strengthens the bond. It's a physical act with a psychological impact. Fact 27. Falling in love can impair critical judgment. The brain prioritizes emotions over logic. This is why people make impulsive decisions in relationships. This effect is strongest at first. Over time, rationality returns. Fact 28. Arguments between couples aren't always negative. Expressing emotions helps avoid resentment. Well-managed conflict strengthens intimacy. The key is constructive resolution. Arguing can be a sign of care. Fact 29. Emotional dependence activates circuits similar to addiction. The brain craves the presence of a partner. Absence generates withdrawal symptoms. This explains the difficulty in getting over breakups. Love can become a compulsive need. Fact 30. Couples who express affection in public tend to have greater emotional security. Showing love strengthens the bond socially. It's an act of mutual validation. It also protects against insecurities. Public displays are a psychological language. Fact 31. The brains of those in love release high levels of dopamine. This substance causes euphoria and motivation. It's the reason for the butterflies in the stomach feeling. Love is experienced as a biological reward. That's why it's so addictive. Fact 32. Shared laughter increases satisfaction in a relationship. Humor creates complicity and trust. The brain releases endorphins in both partners. Laughing together strengthens the emotional bond. It's an indicator of psychological compatibility. Fact 33. Texting from your partner activates the same brain areas as voice messages. Even written words generate dopamine. Reading loving messages calms and stimulates at the same time. Virtual communication also strengthens bonds. The mind interprets words with real emotional value. Fact 34. Love can improve the immune system. Being in a stable relationship reduces chronic stress, cortisol levels decrease, and physical health improves. Affection has a direct impact on biology. Love strengthens the body. Fact 35. Eye contact during a kiss increases intimacy. Gazing into someone's eyes while kissing intensifies the emotional connection. The brain interprets this as shared vulnerability. The experience deepens. Trust grows with a look. Fact 36. Falling in love can reduce the sensation of physical pain. The brain activates reward circuits that block pain. Being with your loved one acts as a natural painkiller. This occurs through the release of endorphins. Love is emotional and physical medicine. Fact 37. Couples who practice small daily acts of kindness stay closer together. Simple gestures strengthen the connection. The brain associates these acts with care and protection. Consistency is more valuable than grand gestures. Love lives in the everyday. Fact 38. Men and women show love differently. Men tend to demonstrate it through practical actions. Women tend to express it more through words. These differences have a cultural and evolutionary basis. However, both seek emotional security. Fact 39. Sharing new experiences increases attraction between couples. The adrenaline released is associated with the relationship. Doing exciting things together strengthens the bond. The brain mistakes excitement for love. Novelty rekindles passion. Fact 40. Couples who frequently reminisce about how they met feel greater satisfaction. Reliving the story reinforces shared identity. The brain stores these memories as emotional anchors. Talking about the past strengthens the present. Loving memory is a powerful bond. Fact 41. Passionate kissing increases dopamine and oxytocin levels. This strengthens both physical attraction and emotional trust. The chemical exchange in saliva influences compatibility. Kissing is both biology and emotion. It's an evolutionary ritual of love. Fact 42. Falling in love can affect work productivity. The mind focuses on the partner more than on the tasks. This is an unavoidable attentional bias. The brain prioritizes the relationship as vital. Love invades our thoughts. Fact 43. Routine can weaken romantic desire if it's not renewed. The brain seeks novelty and reward. When everything becomes predictable, dopamine levels decrease. Introducing change revitalizes the relationship. Love requires constant stimulation. Fact 44. Breakups can disrupt sleep. An overactive brain due to sadness prevents rest. Obsessive thoughts interfere with the REM cycle. This prolongs the feeling of emotional exhaustion. Poor sleep is part of psychological grief. Fact 45. Initial physical attraction lasts seconds, but emotional connection takes time. The brain first evaluates appearance and body language, then psychological compatibility comes into play. This dual stage determines the future of the relationship. Love combines impulse and reason. Fact 46. Sharing goals as a couple strengthens the bond. The brain associates common goals with stability. Dreaming together gives purpose to the relationship. Shared motivation is psychological fuel. A vision for the future strengthens the present. Fact 47. Back caresses generate a feeling of protection. This area is very receptive to physical contact. The brain interprets the caress as emotional support. It's an unconscious gesture of trust. Physical tenderness strengthens attachment. Fact 48. Women tend to be better at detecting emotional changes in their partners. The female brain is better able to read micro-expressions. This ability improves empathy in relationships. Recognizing emotions strengthens communication. It's an evolutionary advantage for social nurturing. Fact 49. Hugging after an argument reduces tension. Physical contact calms the nervous system. The brain associates hugging with reconciliation. This reduces resentment. Physical closeness heals emotional wounds. Fact 50. Couples who use affectionate nicknames report greater satisfaction. Diminutives generate intimacy and connection. Private language reinforces shared identity. The brain associates these names with affection. It's a secret code of love. Fact 51. Dopamine levels in the brain increase just by thinking about the person you love. Imagination activates the same areas as real presence. This explains why lovers are easily distracted. Love doesn't need physical contact to stimulate it. The mind is enough to generate pleasure. Fact 52. Couples who cook together improve their communication. Coordinating activities strengthens cooperation. The brain interprets teamwork as emotional connection. Shared memories are also created. Cooking becomes a ritual of intimacy. Fact 53. The tone of voice changes when talking to someone we're attracted to. It unconsciously becomes softer and more melodic. The brain adjusts language to show closeness. This phenomenon occurs in both genders. It's a psychological sign of romantic interest. Fact 54. Good morning and good night texts increase relationship satisfaction. They reinforce the feeling of constant care. The brain interprets these routines as emotional commitment. They are simple gestures that keep the connection alive. Consistency creates emotional security. Fact 55. Idealization of one's partner diminishes over time. Initially, the brain minimizes flaws. Over the years, this perception becomes more realistic. However, accepting imperfections strengthens the bond. Mature love is based on understanding. Fact 56. Laughter during intimacy increases emotional connection. Breaking the seriousness with humor reduces tension. The brain associates the experience with shared pleasure. Trust is strengthened by showing vulnerability. Laughing in intimacy is a sign of comfort. Fact 57. Love can increase creativity. The dopamine released stimulates the imagination. People in love tend to feel more inspired. The brain connects love with motivation and new ideas. Love stimulates artistic expression. Fact 58. Couples who support each other during times of stress strengthen their resilience. The brain releases oxytocin when comfort is received. This cushions the impact of the problem. Mutual support creates a sense of security. Overcoming stress together strengthens the relationship. Fact 59. Falling in love alters our perception of time. With the person we love, hours seem like minutes. In their absence, minutes seem like hours. The brain distorts the notion of time based on emotion. Love changes the way we experience time. Fact 60. Morning kisses strengthen marital satisfaction. Starting the day with affection prepares you emotionally. The brain receives a positive boost early on. This influences your mood throughout the day. A brief gesture impacts the long-term relationship. Fact 61. Love increases self-confidence. Feeling loved strengthens self-esteem. The brain associates acceptance with personal worth. This motivates us to face challenges. Loving and being loved strengthens our identity. Fact 62. Frequent physical contact prevents emotional disconnection. A lack of touch creates psychological distance. The brain needs tactile stimulation to maintain the bond. Even small gestures are meaningful. Touch is a biological need for love. Fact 63. Initial attraction is influenced by scent. Pheromones play a key role in love chemistry. The brain detects genetic compatibility through smell. We unconsciously choose partners by their natural scent. Smell guides invisible romantic decisions. Fact 64. Recalling happy moments as a couple reduces the effects of stress. The brain relives the original emotion when reminiscing. This practice strengthens emotional resilience. Reliving positive memories protects the relationship. Memory works like psychological medicine. Fact 65. Couples who celebrate small achievements together are happier. Recognizing everyday progress reinforces mutual support. The brain associates shared success with togetherness. It's not just the big milestones that matter. Appreciating the small things keeps the relationship alive. Fact 66. Love can improve concentration. Being in a stable relationship reduces external worries. A brain focused on emotional security performs better. Emotional stability is an ally of productivity. Love brings mental clarity. Fact 67. Insecurity in love activates the amygdala. This area processes fear and anxiety. Lack of trust generates emotional hypervigilance. The brain prepares for potential loss. Emotional security calms this response. Fact 68. Prolonged eye contact creates brainwave synchrony. Two brains literally connect when they look at each other. This connection strengthens intimacy. It's a neurological phenomenon of deep empathy. Eye gaze is an invisible bridge. Fact 69. Passion diminishes over time, but intimacy increases. The brain replaces dopamine with oxytocin over the years. The relationship transforms from intense to stable. This ensures emotional longevity. Love evolves biologically. Fact 70. Symbolic gifts strengthen emotional connection more than material ones. The brain values the meaning behind the object. Small details reinforce intimacy. The cost doesn't matter as much as the intention. Love is measured in meaningful gestures. Fact 71. The skin reacts to the touch of a loved one with heightened sensitivity. The brain intensifies tactile signals in this context. This explains the shudders experienced during a caress. Love amplifies physical sensations. The skin becomes a channel of intimacy. Fact 72. Sharing routines strengthens stability in a relationship. Activities like eating together or taking walks create emotional habits. The brain associates repetition with security. These practices give structure to the relationship. A shared routine builds attachment. Fact 73. Love can increase tolerance for emotional pain. Being in company reduces feelings of loneliness. The brain releases oxytocin when there is emotional support. This softens the negative impacts of life. Love is a psychological buffer. Fact 74. Spontaneous laughter in couples improves sexual intimacy. Humor reduces inhibitions and anxiety. The brain connects experience with shared pleasure. Trust grows in vulnerable moments. Laughing together enhances erotic bonding. Fact 75. People in love often experience insomnia. The overactive brain replays thoughts about their partner. Dopamine and norepinephrine interfere with sleep. The euphoria of love prevents relaxation. Love disrupts biological cycles. Fact 76. Romantic attraction can cloud objective memory. The brain remembers the positive aspects of a partner more than the negative. This cognitive bias protects the relationship. The mind selects memories that reinforce the bond. Love distorts memory. Fact 77. Couples who exercise together are more satisfied. Shared physical exertion releases endorphins. The brain associates the experience with emotional bonding. It also reinforces mutual motivation. Physical activity becomes an emotional connection. Fact 78. Love activates the same brain region as personal goal-directed motivation. The nucleus accumbens is stimulated by both. This explains why love drives improvement. The brain merges personal and emotional. Desire, love is a driver of ambition. Fact 79. Couples who talk about the future reinforce stability. The brain interprets these conversations as commitment. Projection provides psychological security. Dreaming together unites more than living only in the present. A shared vision sustains the bond. Fact 80. Falling in love can decrease appetite. Excess dopamine and adrenaline reduce hunger. The brain prioritizes the relationship over physical needs. This occurs in the early stages of love. Passion temporarily replaces food. Fact 81. Listening to love songs intensifies emotions in a couple. Music triggers shared memories and sensations. The brain strengthens the connection by associating lyrics with experiences. Melodies act as emotional anchors. Art strengthens love. Fact 82. Couples who express gratitude after intimacy have greater satisfaction. Recognition strengthens emotional connection. The brain associates gratitude with mutual care. This habit strengthens rapport. Gratitude keeps desire alive. Fact 83. Falling in love can increase generosity. The brain activates reward areas when giving. Love encourages sharing without expecting anything in return. The biological motivation is to strengthen the bond. Loving stimulates altruism. Fact 84. Breakups can cause symptoms similar to drug withdrawal. The brain suffers from a lack of dopamine and oxytocin. This explains the intense anxiety and sadness. Separation is a chemical syndrome. Getting over a breakup is about emotional detox. Fact 85. Physical touch increases the release of serotonin, which regulates mood. Hugging or kissing balances emotions. The brain interprets touch as security. This prevents depression in long-term relationships. Love is a chemical stabilizer. Fact 86. Physical attraction is intensified by liking. The brain perceives those who generate positive emotions as more attractive. This is called the liking effect. The mind merges appearance with attitude. Love combines beauty and kindness. Fact 87. Love can increase resilience to loss. Being in a relationship provides meaning and support. The brain processes difficulties better with company. Attachment cushions emotional pain. Loving gives psychological strength. Fact 88. Couples who pray or meditate together strengthen their bond. Shared spirituality releases serotonin and calms. The brain associates the practice with emotional connection. These rituals increase harmony. Spiritual connection sustains love. Fact 89. Falling in love activates more than 12 different areas of the brain. It's not a localized process, but a holistic one. Emotion, memory, and reward all work together. This explains its intensity. Love is a complex brain experience. Fact 90. Couples who congratulate each other in public show greater mutual trust. Recognition strengthens trust. The brain perceives social and emotional validation. This gesture reinforces a couple's self-esteem. Love also means public support. Fact 91. Stroking hair generates a feeling of deep care. The brain interprets this gesture as protection. It's associated with childhood and maternal attachment. That's why it feels so intimate in love. Touching the head calms and unites. Fact 92. The infatuation phase lasts between 6 months and 2 years. Afterward, the brain decreases dopamine and increases oxytocin. This transforms passion into stable attachment. Love becomes less intense but longer lasting. Biology regulates the relationship. Fact 93. Being in love can improve short-term memory. Dopamine activates cognitive functions. People in love remember more details about their partner. The brain prioritizes information related to the bond. Love sharpens emotional attention. Fact 94. The voice of a loved one can reduce physical pain. Listening to it activates areas of comfort and reward. The brain releases endorphins in response. Even a brief call has a pain-relieving effect. Love is conveyed through words. Fact 95. Trust in a partner reduces social anxiety. Emotional support reinforces personal security. The brain interprets the relationship as a refuge. This reduces fear of external judgment. Love strengthens social interaction. Fact 96. Couples who sleep in sync show greater emotional harmony. The shared position reflects trust. The brain regulates sleep better with company. Sleeping together influences unconscious intimacy. The bed becomes a bonding space. Fact 97. Falling in love increases motivation for self-care. People tend to improve their appearance and health. The brain seeks to maximize attractiveness. This has an evolutionary basis for reproduction. Love inspires positive changes in habits. Fact 98. Moderate jealousy can strengthen a relationship. The brain interprets it as a sign of interest. When managed well, it increases mutual attention. However, excessive jealousy breeds distrust. It's an emotional warning mechanism. Fact 99. Love reduces the perception of loneliness, even in absence. Remembering your partner activates the same brain areas as actual presence. The brain retains the bond as a constant companion. Thinking about your loved one calms the mind. Memory replaces presence. Fact 100. Couples who express gratitude for everyday gestures are happier. Acknowledging the small things reinforces satisfaction. The brain associates gratitude with stability. This habit reduces conflict. Appreciation strengthens love. Fact 101. Falling in love activates the same brain system as money motivation. Both rewards generate dopamine. The brain doesn't distinguish between material and emotional pleasure. That's why love is as motivating as wealth. Desire is a universal force. Fact 102. Sharing laughter strengthens the memory of happy moments. The brain stores experiences with positive emotions better. Remembering jokes and pranks brings couples closer together. Laughter creates psychological anchors of happiness. Love is also laughing together. Fact 103. Attraction is intensified by mystery. The brain is more active when faced with the unknown. Not knowing everything about your partner generates dopamine. Curiosity keeps the spark alive. Love requires constant discovery. Fact 104. Arguments resolved with humor generate greater intimacy. The brain interprets laughter as emotional disarmament. This reduces tension and increases closeness. Resolving arguments with levity brings people closer together than anger. Humor is an emotional bridge. Fact 105. Falling in love can alter sexual desire. It increases desire in some, while it decreases in others. The brain regulates hormones like testosterone and prolactin. The response depends on the stage of love. Love influences sexual biology. Fact 106. Physical closeness with your partner lowers blood pressure. Touch releases oxytocin and calms the nervous system. The brain translates proximity into security. This improves cardiovascular health. Love literally protects the heart. Fact 107. Those in love show greater empathy toward their partners. The brain activates mirror neurons more intensely. This makes it easier to understand emotions and gestures. The emotional connection deepens. Love increases social sensitivity. Fact 108. Falling in love can change your voice. It becomes warmer and more modulated when speaking to your partner. The brain adjusts the pitch to generate attraction. This change occurs unconsciously. The voice becomes a tool of seduction. Fact 109. The oxytocin released during a hug can last up to 30 minutes in the body. This prolonged effect creates calm and bonding. The brain maintains the feeling of connection. Hugging is natural emotional medicine. The chemistry sustains intimacy. Fact 110. Love can reduce the perception of external threats. A partner-focused brain minimizes fear. Being in a relationship creates a sense of protection. This reduces reactivity to danger. Love changes the way we face the world. Fact 111. Couples who practice active listening strengthen their bond. The brain interprets attention as validation. Feeling heard activates areas of emotional reward. This habit reduces misunderstandings and conflicts. Listening is an act of psychological love. Fact 112. Falling in love can cause sweaty palms. The sympathetic nervous system is activated by attraction. The brain releases adrenaline when faced with the person you love. This causes symptoms similar to nervousness. Love excites the entire body. Fact 113. Couples who kiss regularly report greater relationship satisfaction. Kissing strengthens both physical and emotional intimacy. The brain associates it with care and desire. It's a habit that keeps the spark alive. Kissing is a love language. Fact 114. Love can increase longevity. Being in a stable relationship reduces the risk of disease. Emotional support reduces stress and anxiety. The brain translates bonding into physical well-being. Loving prolongs life. Fact 115. Attraction intensifies during dangerous situations. The brain confuses adrenaline with romantic attraction. This explains the closeness in intense experiences. Love can be born in extreme contexts. The thrill is associated with the partner. Fact 116. Falling in love can decrease your ability to concentrate in other areas. The brain prioritizes thoughts about your partner. This interferes with everyday tasks. It's a natural attentional bias. Love distracts you from everything else. Fact 117. Couples who celebrate anniversaries strengthen their emotional memory. Remembering dates triggers shared memories. The brain links celebration with stability. Honoring the past strengthens the present. Rituals sustain love. Fact 118. The voice of a loved one activates the reward system more than that of a stranger. The brain recognizes familiar tones as pleasure. Listening to your partner reduces stress and increases security. The voice is a powerful emotional stimulus. Love can also be heard. Fact 119. Couples who share hobbies are more compatible. The brain associates shared activities with togetherness. Shared fun strengthens intimacy. Having similar interests cements a relationship. Shared leisure time is emotional glue. Fact 120. Falling in love can increase cortisol production in the early stages. The body interprets the emotion as positive stress. The brain remains on constant alert. This phase generates euphoria and nervousness. Love stirs up biology. Fact 121. Couples who express mutual admiration are more stable. Recognizing qualities strengthens both partners' self-esteem. The brain associates praise with emotional security. Constant validation strengthens the relationship. Loving is also valuing. Fact 122. Romantic love can change sleep habits. Some people sleep less due to emotional arousal. Others sleep better due to a sense of security. The brain adjusts its cycles according to emotional state. Love regulates rest. Fact 123. People in love walk with more energy. The brain releases endorphins when thinking about their partner. This increases vitality and physical motivation. Body posture reflects emotional state. Love shows in the movements. Fact 124. Physical attraction is influenced by facial symmetry. The brain associates symmetry with genetic health. This unconsciously impacts mate choice. Beauty is a biological message. The mind translates form into desire. Fact 125. Couples who practice empathy increase their satisfaction. Understanding emotions strengthens intimacy. The brain activates mirror neurons when we put ourselves in the other person's shoes. This habit prevents conflict. To love is to feel with the other person. Fact 126. Falling in love can cause a loss of spatial awareness. Intense thoughts about your partner distract you from your surroundings. The brain focuses its attention on emotional matters. This explains the awkwardness of those in love. Love absorbs the mind. Fact 127. Laughter on a date increases the likelihood of mutual attraction. Humor activates the reward system in both partners. The brain associates fun with compatibility. Laughing together is a predictor of romantic connection. Humor opens doors to love. Fact 128. Eye contact during an intimate conversation reinforces trust. The brain releases oxytocin during these moments. Prolonged gaze is an emotional bridge. This habit strengthens the emotional bond. The eyes communicate more than words. Fact 129. Couples who express affection in small daily gestures keep passion alive longer. The brain needs constant reminders of love. These acts reinforce attachment. It doesn't require grandeur, but consistency. Love is about the smallest thing. Fact 130. Love can improve resilience to failure. Emotional support buffers the negative effects. The brain interprets companionship as motivation to continue. A partner becomes a psychological refuge. Love protects against defeat. Fact 131. Love activates dopamine just like chocolate. Both generate immediate pleasure in the brain. That's why sharing sweets strengthens emotional bonding. Food is associated with emotional reward. Loving and eating stimulate the same circuits. Fact 132. Couples who talk before bed strengthen their intimacy. These nighttime conversations release oxytocin. The brain interprets the close of the day as emotional connection. This habit increases mutual security. Love is cultivated in the daily details. Fact 133. Falling in love can cause loss of appetite and weight. Dopamine and adrenaline reduce the feeling of hunger. The brain prioritizes emotion over physiological need. This is a common effect in the early stages of love. Desire replaces food. Fact 134. The simple scent of a partner's clothing can reduce anxiety. The brain associates the scent with presence and protection. This calms the nervous system. The effect persists even in physical absence. Smell preserves love. Fact 135. Couples who travel together strengthen their connection. Novelty stimulates dopamine in both brains. Sharing experiences creates intense memories. Adventure strengthens emotional connection. Love grows from what we experience together. Fact 136. Falling in love can alter your voice, making it softer and slower. The brain unconsciously regulates your pitch to be liked. This phenomenon occurs in both genders. Your voice becomes a tool of attraction. Speaking differently is a sign of romantic interest. Fact 137. Couples who remember past achievements strengthen their shared identity. The brain reinforces the sense of team. These memories increase relationship satisfaction. Remembering past experiences unites as much as planning for the future. Memory sustains love. Fact 138. Skin-to-skin contact regulates heart rate. Hugging or caressing synchronizes a couple's heartbeat. The brain translates this harmony as emotional connection. Biology reflects emotional bonding. The heart beats to the beat of love. Fact 139. Falling in love can cause facial blushing. The brain releases adrenaline, which dilates blood vessels. This intensifies the skin's color. Blushing is an involuntary signal of attraction. The face reveals one's emotional state. Fact 140. Couples who share secrets strengthen trust. The brain associates vulnerability with intimacy. Confessing personal details strengthens the bond. Emotional transparency nourishes the relationship. Love is about opening up your inner world. Fact 141. Love decreases the perception of physical pain. Being with a partner activates analgesic brain areas. Touch and presence generate calm. This occurs even in medical situations. Love acts as a natural anesthetic. Fact 142. Couples who support each other in personal projects strengthen their bond. The brain associates shared success with attachment. Helping to achieve goals creates mutual understanding. This strengthens commitment. Love also means sharing achievements. Fact 143. Falling in love can generate a feeling of euphoria similar to alcohol. Dopamine and norepinephrine alter mood. The brain feels uninhibited and happy. This explains the impulsiveness of love. Love is intoxicating without substances. Fact 144. Couples who touch each other frequently maintain greater intimacy. The brain needs constant contact to strengthen bonds. Even small touches generate oxytocin. The absence of touch weakens the connection. Love is also touching. Fact 145. Falling in love can enhance artistic creativity. Intense feelings stimulate the imagination. The brain transforms emotion into expression. Many artists have created under the influence of love. Love inspires lasting human works. Fact 146. Couples who plan for the long term show greater commitment. The brain associates future goals with emotional stability. Dreaming together gives meaning to the present. A shared vision strengthens the relationship. Love requires perspective. Fact 147. Constant eye contact increases sexual arousal. The brain activates areas related to desire and attachment. Prolonged gazing intensifies the physical connection. Gazing acts as a psychological aphrodisiac. The eyes are part of lovemaking. Fact 148. Falling in love can impair logic in financial decisions. The brain prioritizes the well-being of one's partner over rationality. This leads to impulsive spending on gifts or experiences. Love can impair financial judgment. Emotion trumps reason. Fact 149. Couples who maintain shared rituals are happier. Whether it's having coffee together or watching a TV show, the brain associates these routines with security. These habits strengthen the emotional bond. Consistency fuels love. Rituals create identity. Fact 150. Love simultaneously activates emotion, memory, pleasure, and motivation. It's a global experience in the brain. That's why it so affects daily life. It's not just a feeling, it's a complete biological state. Love transforms mind and body.